Hi, my name is Kodishri Sukumaran and my metric number is 279988. Today I would like to present about question number 1 for individual assignment for mathematical economy. Before I jump into question, I would like to present about general understanding about concavity. The function is concave up when the derivative is positive, while the function is concave down when the second derivative is negative. When it concave up, the first derivative increase in value, and when it concave down, the first derivative or the slope decrease in value. When it comes to concavity test, a function is concave up on an interval if second derivative of function more than 0. A function will concave down on an interval if second derivative function is less than 0. Question 1. Determine whether the function f(x) equals to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 18x minus 15 is concave upward and where it is concave downward. We must do first derivative for the function of x cubed minus 6x squared plus 18x minus 15. After we do first derivative, we will obtain first derivative function which is 3x squared minus 12x plus 18. After that, we must do the second derivative for the function of 3x squared minus 12x plus 18 and we will get 6x minus 12. In order to find the inflection point, we must find the x value from the equation of 6x minus 12. Thus, the x value will be 2. Now, let's create the sign chart on number line. Let's say we plug in a number greater than 2, which is 3, and the second derivative will be positive because when we substitute 3 into 6x minus 12, we will get a positive number which is 6. So, it will be positive on the right side of the number line. If we plug in number less than 2, which is negative 1, we will get a negative number which is negative 18. So, on the left side of the number line will be negative. Thus, on the left side is concave down because the second derivative is negative, while on the right side concave up because the second derivative is positive. So now, let's write the intervals. The function is concave downward from negative infinity to 2. While the function is concave upward from 2 to infinity. Before I jump into second question, I would like to explain about few economic applications. First, in order to get average cost function, we must divide the total cost with the quantity. Next, to get revenue function, we must multiply the profit function with the quantity. Thirdly, in order to get profit function, we must subtract the revenue function and cost function. Lastly, we can get the marginal profit function by subtracting the first derivative of revenue function with the first derivative of cost function. We can use other method too by equaling the first derivative of revenue function and the first derivative of cost function to obtain marginal profit function. Question 2. Suppose that the cost function for a manufacturer is given by Cx equals to 0.00001 x cubed minus 0.003 x squared plus 5x plus 1000. Describe the behavior of the marginal cost function. Firstly, we must find the first derivative of cost function to find the marginal cost function. The cost function is 0.000001 x cubed minus 0.03 x squared plus 5x plus 1000. And the first derivative of the function which is the marginal cost function 3x minus 6000x plus 500,000 divided by 1 million. Secondly, in order to find the behavior of the marginal cost function, whether concave upwards or downwards, we must do second derivative of the cost function. The second derivative of the cost function is 6x minus 6000 divided by 1 million. Next, to find inflection point, we must find the x value from the second derivative function of 6x minus 6000 divided by 1 million equals to 0. Thus, the x value is 1000. Let's say we plug in a number greater than 1000, which is 2000, and second derivative will be positive number, which is 0.006. If we plug in number less than 1000, which is negative 1000, and second derivative will be negative number, which is negative 0.012. Thus, the behavior of marginal cost function concave upward on 1000 to infinity and concave downward on negative infinity to 1000. Question 3. A company has established that the revenue function in Ringgit Malaysia is Rx equals to 2x cubed plus 40x squared plus 8x, and the cost function in Ringgit Malaysia is Cx equals to 3x cubed plus 19x squared plus 80x minus 800. In order to find the level of production that will yield a maximum profit for the company, we must find the first derivative of revenue function and cost function. As I mentioned before in previous slide, in order to find profit function, we can use the formula of first derivative of revenue function equals to first derivative of cost function. In this question, the revenue function is 2x cubed plus 14x squared plus 8x, and we must find the first derivative using power rule. We will find R prime equals to 6x squared plus 80x plus 8. After that, we must find the first derivative for the cost function using the same power rule. As a result, we will obtain C prime equals to 9x squared plus 38x plus 80. Using the formula of profit function as I mentioned before, we must equal the R prime function and C prime function. We will get two values of x, which is x2 and x equals to 12. After that, in order to determine which level of production is maximum or minimum, we must plug in 2 into x value of second derivative of profit function, which we will get 30. 30 is more than 0 and it is a minimum point. When we substitute x equals to 12 in the second derivation of profit function, which is negative 6x plus 42, we will get negative 30. Negative 30 is less than 40, which is the maximum point. Thus, the level of production when profit maximum point is x equals to 12. In order to find price per unit to maximize profit is, we must divide the revenue function with x, which is the output. After that, we substitute the 12 into the x value of the function of 2x cube plus 40x plus 8 divided by x, and we will obtain price per unit as Ringgit Malaysia 776.